In this video, we'll explore the amazing temples of Kanchipuram, their history, impressive architecture, and beliefs. We'll visit the famous Kanchi Kamakshi Temple, Ekambareswarar Temple with its 3,500-year-old sacred mango tree, Varadaraja Perumal Temple, home to the golden and silver lizards, and the incredible Mandapam, Kailasanathar Temple with its fascinating underground chambers and architecture, Jurahareswarar Temple, and many other nearby shrines. So without further delay, let's begin our Yatra.
Welcome to Kanchipuram, the land of temples. There are more than 1,000 temples in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is also one of the Saptapuris like Ujjain, Mathura, Haridwar, Dwaraka, Kashi and Ayodhya. As part of the Shaktipeetha Yatra, now we have reached in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram also has one Shaktipeetham which is called Kanchi Kamakshi Shaktipeetham. We have started our Shaktipeetha Yatra from Kanyakumari Shaktipeetham. If you haven't watched it yet, please watch it after this video. Kanchi Kamakshi Temple is also known as Kamakoti Nayaki Koil and it is dedicated to goddess Kamakshi, and it is believed that without her grace we can't even step into Kanchipuram. It is believed that goddess Sati's Nabi or midriff fell here in the exact spot, and this temple is situated in the heart of Kanchipuram, and it also has a unique Sri Chakram which was installed by Adi Shankaracharya. It is said that families who cannot have children come here to pray, and within a year they'll get blessings. Also, according to the temple's history, the puja vidhi or the temple ritual methods were composed by Durvasa Maharshi in Treta Yuga. Behind me you are seeing is the main Gopuram of this temple, also known as Raja Gopuram.
On the Raja Gopuram, we can see the carvings of Hayagriva giving the Lalita Sahasranamam to sage Agastya. Lalita Sahasranamam is said to have originated from a conversation between Hayagriva, an incarnation of God Vishnu, and the sage Agastya.
Here we can see the Bali Peetha and Dwajastambam, a huge golden Dwajastambam, and the Vahana of Devi. Apart from the Dwajastambam, there is another stambam here which is called Vijayastambam, which is inside the temple. Unfortunately, we cannot take a phone or camera inside this temple, but when you are visiting, try to see that as well. This building is called Madappalli. This is the temple's kitchen. Near to the Madappalli, we can see a temple dedicated to God Shiva, which is known as Kashi Vishwanathar Temple. The main puja vidhi here is Sri Vidya worship known as Saubhagya Chindamani. There is also a Vamachara tradition here, but it is only performed in the forest. Behind the Kashi Vishwanathar Temple, we can see a beautiful garden known as Nandavanam. And here we can see an amazing Gopuram which is known as South Gopuram. And in front of the Gopuram we can see a 4-pillared Mandapa, and next to that is the amazing Tirtham. It's called Pancha Tirtham. There is an amazing thing about this Mandapa. On the Janma Nakshatra day of Devi, the Vigraha keep it at the center and decorate with lots of flowers. That would be an amazing view, right? Parrot is often depicted sitting on the shoulder of goddess. Amazingly, we can see lots of parrots around this temple. The history of this temple goes like this. In ancient time, there was an asura called Bandakasura, always keep disturbing devas. So they prayed to goddess. So she appeared as a 9-year-old girl to kill Bandakasura. On the way to kill Bandakasura, she changed her form to 18 arms Ashtabhuja Durga and killed the Bandakasura and dragged his body to this place, Kanchipuram. And then she changed her form back to the 9-year-old girl. So Devas had shocked that a 9-year-old girl killed the Asura. All of them asked, "Who are you?" As an answer to that, she told them to dig a pit, bury Andhakasura's body and place a pillar over it. It's called the Vijayastambam or Victorious Pillar. This pillar still you can see inside this temple. While digging the pit for Dandakasura, another Rakshasa emerged called Mallaka and started attacking the Devas. Suddenly God Vishnu appeared and killed the Mallaka with his Sudarshana Chakra. The form God Vishnu took to tie them is still seen in this temple. Behind me is the temple. It is called Sri Bhuda Nigraha Perumal. When Mallaka's blood touched the earth, more Mallakas arose, much like the Rakta Bija. God Vishnu called God Shiva. God Shiva suddenly appeared and threw his 2 Jada hair to the ground. From that, 2 Bhudaganas appeared and started drinking the blood of Bandakasura before it touches the ground. However, after drinking lots of Mallaka's blood, they became intoxicated and started attacking to God Vishnu. God Vishnu tied them and did not kill them because they came for a good cause. When they became normal, they asked forgiveness to God Vishnu. So God Vishnu told God Shiva to forgive them. God Shiva created a Tirtham with the Ganga water from his 5 heads called the Panchatirtham, which you can see behind me. Then God Shiva told them to take a dip in this sacred Tirtham to remove their sins. You can also see the 2 Panchapudaganas carvings on the other side of the Tirtham. Then Devas asked Goddess to show her real form or Nija Swarupa. Then she said, "Build a Gayatri Mandapam for me to sit in and worship me till morning. Then you can see who I am." The next morning, she appeared behind them in the form of Goddess Kamakshi. Yearly, on the occasion of Aipasi Puram, the priests perform abhishekam to the goddess Vigraha with over 4,000 liters of milk. Miraculously, this 4,000 liters of milk disappears from there. Also, it is said that in Dwapara Yuga, God Balarama visited this sacred temple. And some says if you sit on a specific area of the Gayatri Peedam and chant the mantras of Devi, you can hear the sounds of anklets of her. In most temples, you can see the deity's feet, but here you can only see when doing abhishekam because the goddess is sitting on a yoga posture. Behind me, you can see is the North Gopuram, and in front of the North Gopuram, we can see a huge neem tree as well. And opposite to the Panchatirtha, we can see another amazing temple which is dedicated to Ashtabhuja Durga Devi. And this is the West Gopuram, but it is comparatively small. Between the West and North Gopurams, we can see a beautiful Goshala as well. And near the Goshala, we can see a Mandapam which is called Kanu Mandapam, and opposite to that there is another Mandapam which is little bit bigger than this Kanu Mandapam, which is called Vasanta Mandapam. And amazingly, here we can see a Hanumanji Murti, and next to it we can see a God Ganesha Murti as well. It is near to the Tirtham, Panchatirtham. Left side of the Raja Gopuram we can see Bhairava Murti, and on the right side we can see Goddess Durga as well. Out of 1,008 God Shiva temples in Kanchipuram, you can't see a single Vigraha of goddess because this temple is central to all the temple. So now we are going to see some other important temples nearby. So let's go. Behind me is the Adi Kamakshi Temple, and it is believed that this temple was here before the actual Kamakshi Temple built. Guys, now we are in front of an amazing temple. It's called the Kailasanathar Temple. It's an ancient temple. This temple is a marvel of engineering. It's a must-visit temple in India. This temple's design is believed to inspire the famous Kailasanathar Temple in Ellora, Maharashtra. Also, around these temples, we can see 58 small chambers. The same design we can see in Ellora Temple too. Not only that, in ancient times, the Kailasanathar Temple in Ellora was known as Kailaseshwarar Temple. And also, both these temples are dedicated to God Shiva. According to some historians, this Kailasanathar Temple in Kanchipuram was built almost 50 years before the Kailasanathar Temple in Ellora. And there are lots of mysterious underground chambers, both these temples. Also guys, inside this temple there is a huge Shivalinga, and there are two tunnels inside this temple. It is kind of a parikrama to the Shivalinga. You have to enter from the left side and you have to come through the right side tunnel. It is believed that those who are doing this parikrama through this tunnel can get moksha. On all these pillars we can see amazing carvings of the mythical animal Yali. Another amazing thing I've noticed in this temple, there are not only one but lots of Nandikeshwara Murtis around this main temple. Inside all these small temples, we can see God Shiva, Goddess Parvati and God Skanda or God Murugan. Amazing carvings of Kiradamurti and Arjuna. Kiradamurti is actually God Shiva, and they both are fighting for a big. It is also depicted in Mahabharata. On the wall, we can see ancient paintings. These are natural paints which made from vegetable and fruits. Also, near to the entrance, we can see a beautiful carving of Mahishasuramardini. In ancient time, it had paintings as well. See, look at the marks of the ancient painting. And also, behind this main temple, we can see an amazing murti of God Murugan. And here we can see amazing murtis of God Shiva, God Vishnu and God Brahma, three murtis. Say God Vishnu, God Shiva, God Brahma. The puja or worship in this temple is follows the Smarta Sampradaya, which means the worship of Parabrahma, which includes God Shiva, God Vishnu and God Brahma. Also, another interesting thing about this temple is there is no entrance at the front side of this temple. Only we can see an entrance on the left side of this temple. All around we can see different amazing carvings of God Shiva and Goddess Shakti. Amazing, right? Apart from God Shiva, you can see God Vishnu carvings as well in this temple. Look at the avatar of God Vishnu, God Narasimhamurti. On the front side also we can see 8 small temples. 2 are on the left side and 6 are on this right side. Inside we can see amazing Shivalinga as well. Also on the right side of this temple we can see a small gallery which has loads of ancient Tamil inscriptions and some murtis as well. See, look at this, ancient Tamil inscriptions. Here in the center we can see a huge base part of the Shivalinga which is called Yoni, and the actual Shivalinga is missing. I think it is damaged. Here we can see different murtis, parts of the pillars, Ganesha Murti, but it's partially damaged. It's sad to see murtis like this. Ancient inscriptions again. These are in ancient Tamil language. These inscriptions are filled with the information about the temple's history, who built this temple. All the information we can get it from these ancient inscriptions. In ancient time, this temple was referred as the entrance to moksha or path to moksha. In front of the main temple, we can see a beautiful water tank as well. This temple was constructed by Rajasimha or Narasimhavarman II from the Pallava dynasty. Different from other temples, the main Nandiji Murti we can see far from the main temple. See, it is really far from the main temple. Outside the main wall also we can see lots of carvings of Yali, the mythical animal. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this temple. So let's go to another temple. Now we have reached the famous Sri Varadaraja Swami Perumal Temple, and it is one of the 108 Divya Desham temple, and this temple is dedicated to God Mahavishnu. In front of the temple we can see a 16-pillared huge mandapa as well. So let's go inside the temple. In front of the temple, we can see a huge gopuram. It's called the Raja Gopuram. This is the main gopuram of this temple. There are some restoration works are happening right now. On the left side of us, we can see a Tirtham or the temple pond. This is the temple pond or Pushkarani of this temple. This is called Ananta Saras. And also one amazing thing about this Tirtham is that there is an Atti Mara Vigraha or Atti wood Vigraha is submerged under this huge Tirtham, and it is brought out once every 40 years for devotees to see. Last time it was in 2019. And behind me you can see a beautifully carved chain which made out of not metal but stone. And near to the Tirtham we can see a small temple dedicated to Venugopala Swami or God Krishna. Guys, I would say never miss this 100 pillars mandapa because there are lots of intricate carvings on the pillars. It has lots of minute details. Look at the details of the deity. I don't know, I don't have any words to say about this mandapam. Also, there is an entry ticket for this mandapam, which is only 5 rupees per person. And if you have a mobile camera, you have to pay 10 rupees extra. And also, if you have a video camera, you have to pay 200 rupees for that. And one more interesting thing about this mandapam is there are 2 raised platforms over this mandapam. One is almost same size of this mandapam and one is comparatively small. The raised platform at the center, it looked like a chair or a peetham. I think it was used in ancient times to place the vigraham, or maybe some ancient kings used to sit. And on these pillars, we can see different avatars of God Mahavishnu. Here we can see God Mahavishnu in his original form, and on the top we can see Varaha Avatara, and this side we can see Narasimha Avatara, and over this we can see a unique posture, Yoga Pattasana posture of Narasimha Avatara. And one more interesting thing about this raised platform, this platform stays on a huge tortoise. I think you can see behind me. And on the right side of the platform, we can see a beautiful murti of God Sri Rama as well. Also, here we can see an amazing murti of Kurma Avatara. It is really rare to see. Apart from Dashavataras, we can see amazing murtis of Hanumanji as well here. Also, we can see Ramayana carvings all around this mandapam, like this Vali Sugriva fight, all that related to Ramayana and the Dashavataras of Mahavishnu. Also, in front of the temple, we can see two small mandapas. One is near to the Rajagopuram and other one is near to the main temple. So let's go inside the temple. And in front of the temple, we can see the amazing Deepastambam, and behind that is the Balipidam, and behind the Balipidam, we can see the Dvajastambam. And right after we enter through the main entrance, we can see a beautiful mandapa with 4 intricately carved pillars. Inside the temple also we can see ancient stone inscriptions. Here we can see a temple which is called Perundevi Thayar Sannidhi, which is dedicated to Goddess Lakshmi. Inside we can see temples dedicated to Goddess Lakshmi, God Narasimhamurti, and the main temple which is dedicated to God Vishnu. And behind the God Vishnu temple, we can see a golden lizard and a silver lizard as well. The entry ticket is there to enter to the main God Vishnu temple, which is 5 rupees. For the lizard, general entry is free, and there is one more entrance fee, which is Shigra Darshanam, which will cost 50 rupees. And on the right side of the temple, we can see a huge mandapam and an amazing temple dedicated to God Sri Rama, Sita Devi, God Lakshmana, and God Hanuman. And in front of the Sri Rama temple, we can see a huge tree, and under the tree we can see a temple dedicated to Nagas, Nagadevatas. And near to the tree, there is also a small temple which is dedicated to God Vishnu as well, which is called Arulmigu Thiruvananda Alvar Sannidhi. And also near to that we can see another temple which is dedicated to Kariyamanika Perumal, which is a form of God Vishnu as well. And around the temple we can see a huge resting area for devotees. Ancient time this place used to be the resting area for devotees. And also this resting area was used for meditation purpose as well. So let's go and visit the next temple nearby. Now we are in front of a temple which is called Karchapeswarar Temple. This temple is dedicated to Varahamurti. The history of this temple is that when God Vishnu took the Varahamurti avatara, before that he prayed God Shiva this exact place. If we go straight from the eastern Gopuram or the Raja Gopuram of the Sri Kanchi Kamakshi Temple, we'll reach to an amazing temple which is called Ulagalantha Perumal, and this temple is dedicated to the avatara of God Vishnu, Vamana. The main murti of this temple is depicted as God Vamana is pushing down the Mahabali with his feet to Sudala. Okay guys, behind me you can see the Adi Shankara Madham. This is also very popular here. So next time we'll try to visit this Madham. This is the Ekambareswarar Temple Tirtham. It's called the Mangala Tirtham. But it is not in a good condition now, unfortunately. Okay guys, now we are in front of the famous Ekambareswarar Temple. This temple is dedicated to God Shiva. And in front of the temple, like we saw in the Varadaraja Perumal Temple, there is a beautiful mandapa with 16 pillars on it. So let's go inside the temple and explore it. Now we are in front of the Raja Gopuram of this temple, or the main Gopuram. Here also we can see restoration works are ongoing. That's why it's closed. This is also a huge temple, and this is the exact place where Goddess Parvati created a Shivalingam using sand and prayed to God Shiva. And also this is one of the 5 Panchabhuta Sthalas representing earth. And one more interesting thing about this temple is inside this temple there is an ancient mango tree which is more than 3,500 years old. And on the left side of the main temple, we can see a huge pond. I'll upload the detailed videos of each temple after this 51 Shaktipeetha Yatra. So stay tuned for that too. And opposite to the Ekambareswarar Temple, there is a temple which is dedicated to God Krishna, which is known as Pandava Perumal Temple. So let's go inside. In front of the temple, there is an ancient temple pond as well. The history of this temple is, according to Mahabharata, God Krishna went to Kauravas as a messenger of Pandavas to stop the war. So, at that time, God Krishna showed their religious Surupa or real form. So, that is the exact form in this temple. Now we have reached the famous Jurahareswarar Temple. It is dedicated to God Shiva. The history of this temple is when God Shiva meditates, Kamadeva sent an arrow of love or Pushpabana to God Shiva. Anchored by God Shiva, opened his third eye and burnt Kamadeva. Also with that heat, all the devas got burnt. So to save from that, all the devas came here and took a dip in the temple's pond, and after that they prayed to God Shiva from this temple. Amazingly, they all cured from the burn. That is the exact history of this temple. In front of the temple, we can see a huge Nandiji Murti and a small Nandiji Murti as well. Also different from other temples in Kanchipuram, the Garbhagriha is in circular shape. So guys, we are leaving this Sri Narayana Guru Ashramam and Kanchipuram as well. So next we are going to Mysuru to see the next Shaktipeetha. So guys, now we are going to railway station to go to Mysuru, and we are going in an auto. So we have taken our tickets to Arakkonam, and our train is from Arakkonam to Bangalore, and tomorrow we are going from Bangalore to Mysuru to see Mahishasuramardini. Guys, I have a question for you regarding my upcoming vlogs about the 51 Shaktipeethas. On my vlog, I'm planning to include all my experiences like accommodation, hotel, food, all the other experiences which I am experiencing right now, with the detailed information about each temple. I would like to hear your suggestions. Should I focus only on the specific temple, or should I include all my experiences on vlogs? So please let me know in the comments.